you doing? Stay woke family, YouTube family. Know it's been a minute. I've been checking in as much, but I want to keep in touch with you guys. Subscribe, share, comment. Please just pass it on. You know what I'm saying? Bible says the book of Hosea, why people die for lack of knowledge. With that being said, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, today I want to talk about some uh, theories that I came up myself with, and talk about some theories that that some of the scientists point out for us to help us make it in this society or make it through life. Okay. Um, okay. Right here it is post traumatic stress disorder. That is um, by the association, the Psychological Association, the American Psychological Association. That's their definition. And I have a definition of PTSD too, of which I'm going to share my definition of PTSD too. Okay. Now, PTSD is defined by the American Psychological Association as stress disorder conformed by traumatic events or danger and or threatening life events, right? Okay. PTSD2 is which something I coined myself, a term I coined myself, and it concentrates on the areas of the psychological, the theological, and the sociological dysfunction um, of our societal, um, I guess you could say our societal mobility, right? Okay, the definition would be in search of the origin of man through one mental process of one's societal imagination. Okay, um, the nomenclature of psychology is the most important term is adjustment and maladjustment, right? Adjustment is the process of adapting or becoming used to a new situation. Maladjustment would be the failure to cope with the demands of a normal societal environment, right? So, um, this perspective I got of the psychological, theological, and sociological dysfunction, which I'm calling it the theo psycho socio amalgamated perspective, is that when people don't know how to use creative maladjustment, they're not getting the best out of life, and that's what's causing a lot of problems that we have in life, and a lot of the stress that we are having when we take on these challenges and we fight these battles and these challenges with our egos and our prestige and our status, and we don't fight with um, creative maladjustment and what we learn. You know, like it says in the book of Hosea, my people have or are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. I will reject thee that thou shalt be and priest, and that thou shalt be no priest in time, no priest to me. Sin has forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thee children. So, and this book here is saying that being there like okay, you holding on to knowledge and trying to keep it from people and and you forgot the word of God. He said that he would forget your children. He's like, because his law is over the top of any law that you out here trying to um, practice, or 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 as a servant of the court, as they call it, as a servant of the court or officer of the court. If you forget God's law, you know what I'm saying. He said, "I will forget your children too." So a lot of times in this process, we deal with these people and all that. Sometimes we thinking that it's something we did or something we got going on with ourselves. It could be just the people we dealing with, whereas they reflect off of something that's going on in their own lives, and they're going to somehow or another punish you for the things that happen to them in their life. Okay, with that being said, let me move on. The theopsychosocial amalgamated perspective. And basically, like it says in my in the meaning of, you know what I'm saying, the origin of man is a theological perspective, because that's how we, you know what I'm saying, search out who we believe, you know, how all humans started or how all life started. And psychology is the mental process. That's the study of the mental process, how our minds work, and how we end up coming to the conclusion that we come to, and how our thinking patterns and all that stuff come about. You know, and sociology kind of wraps that up. Like, really wraps up our theological beliefs and our psychological process with our societal imagination of how we view the world. You know, so a lot of these times, you know, they be coming at me like too, like, well, Steve, but you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no degree, you're not practicing in this profession and all of that stuff. So really, it's just a bunch of words that you tossing out there and saying and so on and so forth. Well, these are just words, but these words were made so that people who are in educated and intelligent people know when they hear them, you know what I'm saying, that they should be respected, because you know, like, words have wings, and you know what I'm saying, and words bring things to life. You know what I'm saying. So we cannot ignore what we've been through in our past, because our past is what bring us to who we are today and our futures. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand where we come from. And you remember that, you know, we don't understand where we're going. You know, so a lot of people would have it that we would forget that, and so they could protect their prestige or protect their status or protect their ego, their fragile egos. You know, but we can't make new laws and stuff like that to satisfy individual people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, in humanitarians, one of the main terms in there is utilitarianism. You know what I'm saying? It's the greatest amount of happiness for the greatest amount of people. You know what I'm saying? So we keep going around making individual laws and individual sanctions for people and stuff like that. You know, of course we're gonna have, you know, just like the murderer they let loose and they put Jesus to death. You know, we're gonna continue to live in a society like that. You know, to me, it's like that. That allegory is like um, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The world we live in today is like, I don't know what people not seeing and what they're not woke about. You know, okay, like when they have the month of Ramadan or whatever, right? And they all go over there, and the main three religions in the world, you know, is Judaism, uh, Islamicism, and Christianity. You know, over there where, you know, Solomon's Temple. I mean, and it's been there for centuries, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the people, y'all don't understand what's going on today. You know what I'm saying? They all are what they all called under Abrahamic covenant. You know what I'm saying? Abraham, of course, y'all, father of all nations, father of all the tribes and all that. You know what I'm saying? He became the father because he was a faithful man to God. You know, God asked him to sacrifice his son and told him to take him to the mountains and sacrifice to him. He wanted to see how faithful he was to him. And, you know, and Abraham had cried the whole way, taking his son to the mountain. You know what I'm saying? But he was faithful